yeah, it's still kind of speechless. It's really special.
It's I guess, to be connected with Gordie Howe for the rest of your life. I mean, that's how does that? Can you put that into words? What that means?
Um, well, he's looked at as one of the greatest players that ever played, and to be mentioned in the same context or same uh, you know area as he is I guess you don't really realize it. I think I was thinking about it a little bit last night after bringing everything home, and it's it's surreal. I think to be able to be mentioned in the same sentence as him.
What are your thoughts on this season as a whole overall?
Um, yeah, it was a very tough season. I think with everything with COVID. Um, personally, my play of not was not happy with my play or with the results I got this year, and I lost some. There's some pretty sleepless nights with that, but I'm looking forward to a rebound season next year.
Ross.
Hey, Patty. Not only thank you for this year, but for the 23 of cooperation and whatnot. It's been a pleasure working with you. Just wondering, it was hard not to notice that you took, a little extra lap after everyone went in to the room. What was going through your mind then? What were you trying to take in with that?
Well, Bernsey suggested I go back out and take a lap, but I think it was just me thanking the fans. I mean, the last few weeks here with breaking the record and the outpouring of support I've received, not only through this uh, breaking the record, but throughout my season. So it's just and the fans. The game's not the same without the fans in the building. I think everybody can see that and everybody can feel that. So they make this game so much better and so much more fun to be a part of. And we missed them all year long, but it'll be nice to see what to get back to somewhat normal, whatever that looks like, and have fans in the stands. And I mean, they I think they drive this game. That's the reason we play is for the fans and a little bit for ourselves too. But it's definitely a lot more fun, a lot easier, a lot more energy when fans are in the building.
What can you share in terms of, trying to soak in if your contract's up, there's no guarantees. If it was maybe a last game in San Jose, I mean, how did you let your mind go there at all, or what were your thoughts?
Um, yeah, I mean, you kind of think about it, but I think at the same time you just try and enjoy the moment and enjoy the teammates and kind of all the memories that you've had. But yeah, not not too sure. Just try and just soak it all in. I think was the biggest thing. But we'll see what happens here.
And you are, just to clarify, you're determined to play in the NHL next season, even if it's not San Jose, somewhere.
Yeah, I think so. I think I feel like I still have a lot to give out there, a lot more than uh, uh, what happened this year for myself personally and points wise. So yeah, I'm eager to have a really good season and get back to playing the way I'm used to.
Excellent. Thanks, Patty.
Kevin.
Hi, Patrick. Thanks for your cooperation this year. Really appreciate it. I just wanted to ask, how did the team present that stick to you? What was the process of that unveiling, I guess, so to speak?
Yeah, it was before the game today, yesterday, in the locker room, and Eric Carlson gave me he did presented everything to me on behalf of the NHLPA and the players, the painting from the players and past players. And I got to be able to, I want to thank everybody who was behind those gifts. So I got a lot of phone calls to make, a lot of people to thank, and those are really, really special gifts to me, and I'll cherish them forever.
What are you going to take away from this season? Obviously, it was a lot. It was the record breaking. It was the struggles on the ice and COVID and all that. I mean, What do you take away from this season just overall?
I think going through the basically going through the mud and the muck and all that, I think you learn a lot um, about everything. I think not having fans in the stands was, for me was a huge thing. I think that you kind of maybe took it for granted, I think, at times, but they make a huge difference. And then just the game itself, always keeping you in check. How you gotta be on top of your game. You gotta do different things. You gotta find ways to contribute, and team wise too. Trying to find that, be able to build some chemistry with your teammates and with your team without having, being able to go out for dinners or go to do normal things. Everything that you took kind of for granted, you kind of look at it now in a new perspective of how important those things are.
How difficult was it for you having just, it was a steady rotation of different line mates almost every night, it seemed, as, obviously you recognize the situation the organization is in, trying to get a handle on these guys, but how difficult was it for you to just kind of have those rotating line mates that were generally young players?
Yeah, I mean, you want to be able to get into a groove, into a role, and get some chemistry with your line mates. So that was very difficult this year for myself, and I'm sure for other guys on the club. And yeah, those are another things that you something to learn from for sure. But yeah, it's like I said, I had a lot of sleepless nights this year because of my play, and but I think if I learn from it and can apply it to next year, and I'll be better for it.
Shang.
Hey, Patrick. Again, yeah, thank you so much for how you've worked with us this season and all the seasons prior. I really appreciate it. You talked about not being happy with the results with your play. Does something change this off season so your results are better, or what can lead to better results for you next season?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things that I can do personally, and there's some outside um, scenarios that I think will be better going forward. So yeah, it's there's a lot to look at. I'm going to go about it. Train hard and get ready for next year. But I think there's a lot of mental things that I've learned about myself, and things that need to be done if we are in the same situation next year with COVID, which I hope we aren't, and no fans in the stands. And but yeah, there's a lot that I can do personally to do better next year.
Can you share anything about what you've learned about yourself this past season?
Boy, I think just how kind of how isolated we were on the road, and things like that. So you kind of get thinking about what you can do to help other people on the club, and what you need to do to help yourself. I think that's probably some of the biggest things.
And I don't know if you've talked to Doug yet, but do you know if the Sharks are an option for you next year yet?
Haven't been able to sit down with Doug yet, but that's something we'll discuss together.
Okay. And looking into this offseason for yourself, can you say what your priority is? Is your priority to win a Stanley Cup, or are there other just as important factors in play?
No, I mean, that's the ultimate goal. We'll see how everything plays out, but yeah, that's always the goal, is to win a Stanley Cup.
Okay. And I guess following up on that, if you have to leave San Jose to achieve that goal, then that's just part of the process of being a free agent, right?
Yeah, that would just be part of the process, the journey. All of this is something we can learn from all these different situations that come up. Like I said, the whole COVID thing is a big learning lesson for everybody.
And just shifting gears a little bit, my last question. You've seen obviously a lot of coaches go through San Jose in your time here. This is your first full season with Bob as the head coach. So how do you how would you kind of assess his performance and this season?
I think our coaching staff, they're doing the best they can, just like everybody else. And for the most part, obviously, you'd have to ask them to kind of critique themselves. But I think what Boogie and the training staff or coaching staff did this year, they did their best, and I think they did a good job.
All right. Thank you so much, Patrick. And hey, I like your shirt there. That's a pretty cool shirt.
Thank you.
Be careful out there. Thank you, Patrick. Have a good summer.
Thank you.
Curtis.
Hi, Patrick. I just wanted to ask, Bob mentioned, I think a few weeks ago that you might have been dealing with a little nagging injury. Can you say what it might have been and if it affected your play at all?
Yeah, the last 8 or so games, I had a high ankle sprain, and my groin was a little sore too. So I was, I had to numb my ankle for some of those games. So, I wasn't at my best towards the end, but was still able to get out there and hopefully
It wasn't anything.
Sorry?
It wasn't a thing where that was going to keep you out, though. It was.
No, I tried my best to keep going out there and helping the team. So, the training staff here we're great. Keep trying to keep me able to play, and they kept me out there on the ice, and that's where I want to be.
I'm curious if you'll watch the playoffs now and maybe keep an eye on Toronto, see how Jumbo and Austin and Mitch do. Are you going to keep an eye on those guys?
Yeah, definitely keep an eye on the playoffs. It's always it's hard to watch the playoffs for me personally. Always, you always kind of wheels start turning and rolling, and you get mad that you're not in there and you're not playing. So I'm careful of how much I watch, and if I start thinking or getting upset, then I kind of back off. But I always keep tabs on who's winning, who's losing, and how things are going.
Would it mean a lot to you to see Jumbo hoist the cup?
Yeah, I think obviously our careers have been intertwined for a number of years, right from our drafts, and I would love to see Jumbo win, and although I wish him all the best in playoffs.
All right, thank you, Patty.
Thank you.
Anything else here for Patrick before we let him go? Dan.
Patrick, 23 years, amazing time. You've proved that you can go home again. And I just wondered how you feel about the fact that you were able to break Gordie Howe's record and have the success you've had coming back to San Jose and doing all of it in a Sharks jersey.
Yeah, I think it was extremely special, having played majority of my games here, and we live here year round, so it's super special to be able to do it in a Sharks uniform. Team that drafted me, team I played most of my career with, fans that I played in front of for so many years, people in the community, friends, family. So it was extremely special and something I'll be grateful for.
Also, that your family could be around to witness all of it and do it in their hometown.
Yeah, definitely. Having their support over the years has allowed me to do what I love and continue to do what I love, and I can't thank them enough.